That's okay. Let me go ahead and open you up with one of the Mystery Man's productions, you know, number one. So this was published by Just Good Music on April 1st, 2018. And it says the Spirit of Elvis presents a selection of groovy movie gems. We hope you'll enjoy. And this is TSOE 2018. So make sure to listen to the year. Here we go. Ready? Getting there. 2005, take three. Okay, now, real quick since we're live, you heard 2005, take three. Believe it or not, this video was blocked in Andorra, United Arab Emirates, Afghanistan, Antigua, and 244 other countries. Now, in the end, I've just filed a dispute via Facebook over 1 minute 9 seconds of some music that got played, and I wanted to just explain to him, seriously, don't mute my whole video over this, because um, there's somebody else that's got rights to this music, and this doesn't need to turn into a big war, although everybody's finding out. So let's just skip over the music, and we'll get on with the pictures, because that's what I'm here to do, is share pictures. And, you know, even if you have a whole bunch of people that say go to your church, and they're sending you condolences, it's not verbatim, word by word. So when I saw it on David Wilcox's alleged letter, I said, son of a gun, man. That is a script, and people are taking different paragraphs out of it and using it on social media. And then you got to even ask yourself, here again, what makes you believe he even wrote that daggum letter? He didn't send it certified mail. He didn't sign it. I mean, have people forgotten what it takes to work with a legal document properly, especially if you're going to be dealing with a coven of lawyers at Gaia? But see, they both win, just like we talked about in the disclosure, just like this. Priscilla wins. She gets all the money, all the tears, all the stuff. Here's my buddy Jane. What a pain in the ass she is. And oh, she's hanging out with a big psychic. Now, you know what this reminded me of, right? Mama Lil and Suze Pratt. Right. Blow me sideways, Jane Green. So, you know, they're trying to keep this all tasteful. And this is something they're really upset about. As regards the post in question, it referred to a true fact in that Elvis had an involuntary erection during the filming of a scene in Girls, Girls, Girls. It's common knowledge, and so it is the reason no underwear plus trousers that rubbed. Aren't we all a bit big for silly, giggly posts about this? I think so. I also did not appreciate the GIF that someone posted within the thread. You know who you are. And you are here within being told not to repeat things like that. Did I mention Jane's friends with Linda Good-Sigmund? Um, I thank people for reporting and tagging me. Like I said, Trevor and I have lives and cannot sit and watch all day and night, but we do act as soon as we know. We reserve the right to delete any posts that we consider not in keeping with this group's rules or general concept. Well, hey, Baldy Jane, I've done told everybody. I've got 4 pictures of somebody that looks a lot like Elvis that doesn't have no panties on the dance floor under his pants. How about that? And I'm not giggling. We're talking about how you can tell somebody from somebody else. Do you know who he is? He wants you to. He's asking everybody, do you know who I am? Yeah, here's those fake wedding pictures. And of course, Trevor and Jane say that no Photoshop or fake pictures are allowed. I don't think they're smart enough to know that these are Adam's pictures. Either that, or they're in so deep and they've fallen and they can't get up because they got fleas with Priscilla. Right, this is the one about her dad passing. And he had a peaceful passing. But people are tripping and they're so sorry and it's so much losing of energy and you think something's stinky and fishy in Denmark. TCBing for Elvis, the Circle G Foundation, PR contact. Whitney Lee, Lee IMC, Whitney at lee-imc.com. 850-974-2002. And they celebrate the birthday of Elvis with ceremonial cross-lighting. I don't think Elvis would appreciate you like saying that. Well, what do I know? Okay. I'm gonna light up a cross. That sounds awful suspicious. That's all I'm saying. Especially since he wasn't a prejudiced kind of dude. Right, sure he felt passionately towards children with special needs, charitable causes, active military, and veterans. How do you think he feels about all the money that's been ripped off in his name? What if his family feels that same way? Yeah. It's going to be a big can of whoop ass. Following restoration, the property will be a destination for guests from all over the world to explore the historical components as well as a place to enjoy music, equestrian activities, community events, and more. I hope they're not going to have a bunch of that, oh, what was it? It was in the water, remember? Those people died. They got sick. At the new Graceland. There's so many lawsuits against Graceland right now. The big complex. And you know, why am I breathing in an incense this close to me? I feel like I'm smoking even when I'm not smoking. Alright. Your daddy. Oh my gosh. Women that call their men daddy. That's part of a program. They'd probably call it Monarch if I had to make my guess. And then a lot of these people go ahead to tell Priscilla how they lost their loved one. Oh, here's from Alan R. Osmond. It says, Priscilla, it is especially hard to lose one's father, let alone your husband. I remember when my father died, I kissed his forehead and told him I loved him and to save a special place for me in paradise where our spirit body goes once we die. I know I will see him again just as you will see your father and Elvis again. Since marriages and families can be sealed together for all eternity, as Elijah the prophet reminded us when he returned and gave us those keys and authority, your family can be sealed together. After you have had some time to heal from your father's passing, I would like to share how you, your parents, Elvis and Lisa, can all be sealed together forever. Not death. Do your part. It is such a blessing and it can be yours too. Our love and heartfelt prayers go out to you and your family. God lives. Jesus is the Christ and the Holy Ghost bears witness of truth, of which this is. A friend of your husband Elvis and an admirer, Alan Osmond. This is the information about the Philtrum. This was about Graceland. This was the police probe. Man claims that wife died on Graceland visit. And there was no record of her body. And the guy goes to the police station and says, what the fuck, where's my wife? And in the end, it's all fishy in Denmark. And it's one of those staged things and nobody can answer everything. And everybody skates scot-free. Bad publicity is better than no publicity. But I'll tell you what, they're getting ready for the death cult march again. You know, Elvis's anniversary of the passing, alleged passing of one of those Elvi. Um, yeah, August 16th, right? Okay, now look. Here's a screenshot from when people try to hack me, and so they send these dirty videos to try to get people to click on, and if they do, they get a worm or a virus, which is kind of like saying Suze is a really bad girl, don't even talk to her. So this is a method of bullying they use to infiltrate computers, which isn't very not nice. And I said, be careful with that bomb, Roz. Probably full of virus or worms. Thanks for documenting and sharing you care. Everybody better have everybody's backs when it comes to defending honor and calling this shit out. This gal's a big gal, and they make a bunch of rotten videos about Elvis, and she eats food in her car. Because remember, Elvis was like a big slob that ate all these different kinds of food. Somebody in this line of talk is called Evil Eric. They got all sorts of names for people. Some Lacey chick. And I remember that. Lacey rocks. This is all their talk and nonsense. Let's see if I get you a little closer. It is a live stream. I'm here. Okay, now, this guy is pure trouble. And I'll get his name here as we go. He says, this one, you know, one of his subscribers, but I'm saying this is a jackass, and he's dangerous, dangerous man. I believe he's actually a sugar beta baby for some rich homosexual. Talking about snuff parties, Bitcoin, trolls. He could also be helping them procure their sacrificial victims unwittingly. We know he's missing shingles in his attic. Sounds like your neighbor was target practicing. Yeah, this is a dangerous line. And this jackass's name is Damn. It's not his real name. Damn, D-A-M-N, E-B-E-G-G-A-R. Really sick. The reason why I made sure to get his stuff is he had a video that he allegedly shows Lisa Marie's van crashing on a highway, and you see a ghost walking down the street or some shit. Lacey rocks. The fake Lacey rocks. Some Super Bowl cheerleader, and then they show the real Lacey rocks, which is the fat girl that was eaten in the car, is Elvis walking into a trap. He published this January 4th, 2018. Just some wild theory, but if you look at victims of human trafficking, the fake Lacey rocks. Sure, they like how she looks. R.I.P. and M.I.A. So you see here again what we've got going on. Too much monkey business and dirty rottens being puppets and doing these nefarious actions. Okay, so Lacey Rocks closed her channel. This video is made as a satire parody of public figures and falls under fair use. What a nice way to use fair use, huh? This channel's purpose is to entertain people and to not spread hate to anyone else's channel. That's all they do. I saw a couple of these videos. I have no ill will towards anyone I make parodies of. I call bullshit. Lacey rocks. And then she opens up a new channel. Cigarette hanging out of her mouth, eating a plate of food in the car. And of course these are mockeries of anything Elvis. Talk about trannies. Talk about Elvis. Okay, now, this is... Oh, these are some pictures from this 50th birthday album contents. I wonder who made the money on that. Celebrating his 50th. If Elvis were alive today, happy birthday to the king. Super contest, win his albums and videos. Looking back with love, the king's most memorable moments on screen. Our special sections start on page 55. Sexy and single. What E looked for in a woman. Elvis and Anne Margaret, something special. Elvis and Natalie Wood, the night they almost eloped. Linda Thompson, I'll never love anyone like Elvis. Elvis in action. Now, this is not Elvis, and that is not Priscilla. Priscilla Presley and Elvis in the 60s. Are you kidding, Sarah Mackenzie? I mean, seriously? Look at Adam. He is so funny how he poses his pictures and his models and the shit he tries to convey in a picture. Lord have mercy. Now look, this is classic. These are two different guys, and I can't believe that people put them in a magazine next to each other, and there's people that actually believe that this is the same person. Really? It gets better. What Elvis looks for in a woman. Quote, I don't mind whether girls are redheads, blondes, or brunettes, as long as they are truly feminine. Girls think to keep a fellow intrigued, they should flirt around. I don't like sophisticated girls who pretend to be something they aren't. Be yourself, not a phony. The girl I look up to me as a man. The girl I like looks up to me as a man, but I guess most guys feel like this, don't they? Alive today. Lisa Marie dating Priscilla's role on Dallas, the music scene today, turning 50, blah, blah, blah. Always gotta be connecting Michael Jackson and Elvis, don't you? And this whole bullshit story about Lisa Marie and Michael Jackson. And people aren't connecting it, that there's also people saying that Elvis is Trump and Trump is Elvis, and you think, oh my God, do you know what day of the week it is? Okay. My shirt suggests it's 2 different days, and I suggest that we have 2 different men we're dealing with, at least, if not 3, from one generation. And there's 2 Adams, too. You know, they said it really good I watched the whole history of the original Queen Elizabeth, you know, that red-headed troublemaking one. But anyhow, there was always a spare one. They wanted him a male heir, but they always wanted a daggum spare one. Because, you know, one might croak. Got to keep that throne. And isn't that funny? People really believe Elvis didn't have any male heirs. I mean, that's funny shit. That's like telling Roger Silver there's no such thing as the Highlander. Come on. Every girl deserves the right kind of love. Every girl should get a fellow who is all man. Not a caveman, not someone who'll mistreat her, but a man who'll give her security, emotional as well as material. He better be good enough for her to look up to. He better be able to protect her. We'll see, won't we? Now, I got yelled at from Trevor and Jane because this is an Empire Waist wedding dress. Isn't that funny? I said, no, man. She's knocked up. These are staged pictures. You got Adam at play. That is not the wedding dress. Come on. If you were marrying the king of rock and roll, and you had a nice little body, you're telling me you're going to put on a sack dress and go get married in Vegas? I mean, give me a break. 3-carat engagement ring and a 5-foot wedding cake. Well, good for you. Okay. This is his Barbara Hearn, who won his mom's approval. I'm going to have to say that the first time I saw this picture was in the international pictures. And I'm going to say that when you see this woman, this is who's represented stateside. And I'm going to call the same thing I have been calling out loud for as long as I can, which is since the 50s they've been able to alter images and change movie footage and do biometrics and make you think that you're looking at a new Elvira movie where Elvira's got a body of a 20-year-old. I just got that one last night, along with the t-shirt with Adam/Elvis's picture on it. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Come on, man. You know, and I try to tell people and they say, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, I don't expect you to, but I gotta tell the story. Now, you gotta love this one. Believe it or not, there are stories out there that swear that this is a split screen situation. And I'm saying, look at the difference in the body structure, the slight physical differences from one man to another, along with the fact that one doesn't have black hair. No wonder we didn't never get to see that movie. It aired like a couple times on Channel 11, and off it went. And the story goes that Colonel Jackass demanded a larger salary for Elvis because he had to play 2 roles. 2 men playing 2 roles. Yeah. Here's where I'm letting YouTube know what's going on. Just send them a little hello note. Now, we're supposed to believe that this is Lisa Marie Presley's channel with 25 subscribers. Well, no. See, she plagiarizes the name and uses the small p along with the capital L and the capital M. But here, she grabs up a story trailer off an album. Classy. Anything with Omar Corona's name, I keep because it's associated with Sir Chantalot and the Jackass group at CCN. Omar Corona, in this incarnation, is a bot that's trapped in the web. He's like, you know, he's trying to get out, he's falling, he can't get up. But back in the day, everybody always said Biggie Boho was Omar Corona. And of course, in this, I take on Omar Corona. I always like to save these kind of things. And believe it or not, because of people finally showing the world what goes on in these live chats, now YouTube has gotten smart and said, hey, we're going to save these chats. Before, people thought they were doing something sneaky behind the scenes. Chatter still does. Now, of course, here we go with the whole RH factor. Wright and Omar is swimming alone with giant whales, and they have trouble finding games to play with me. And of course, I'm A negative, so I'm the devil right there. That's what they say, not what I say. People say I'm just looking for trouble. I'm saying, no, you don't get it. This is why trouble's taken over. But it's really not. Case in point, David Wilcock, Corey Good, Gaia TV, CCN, the whole network is collapsing in like flushing down a toilet. Good riddance to old rubbish. Omar Corona says, I study reality, and its inhabitants, and I can tell you that 99% of it's programmed and simulated without the inhabitants' awareness. That's why I tell everybody to wake up, man. Whatever. I don't think it's 99%. He says he's going to be the last man standing, and I said, nope, I'll be slaying you. No worries. You can slay people with love. See, they did a black magic ritual spell casting against me, and I just bombarded them with the love vibration, and you know, next thing you know, they're running. I'm telling them to pluck it out, pluck that out of you, kind of like Chanter. Okay. Now, this Maddie girl wants to know in this Elvis Presley His Truth is Marching On page. She's wondering if anyone else in here is around her age. She's 16. And then she proceeds to show some very provocative pictures of herself, like, hey, Elvis liked little girls then, meaning Priscilla. Maybe some old man will like me now. I need some money. I'm going to be a brain surgeon in college. Yeah, this is that young girl still. And then I follow her over to Harry McWilliam because he's got no friends. Oh, wait, these are Maddie's friends. I'm checking people out. We're still on Maddie. This is little Maddie. She really likes Elvis. Oh, she's in a relationship with Harry. I forgot. That's nice. Now they talk about what's going on with these kids. Okay, this Flo, remember that freak show couple that had all those kids and they got busted in California? What this is it's a script again. They're working with propaganda and they're connecting it to these two being bad people because they have an Elvis fetish and were married by an Elvis impersonator, not married, renewed their vows. And so here again, connecting it to Elvis to get the hits and make the media. And really, these people are the people that are programmed. These are the people that were abused when they were young, so they went on to abuse theirs. But people get it all turned around, and so they work a long flow. 13 children, and that was a biblical hell and brimstone there. They got a hashtag failure of government connected to this. Of course, it's out of California, like I said. Leanne wants to know if she thinks that maybe some of the younger children were actually birthed by the older ones. Oh, now there's more incest. See? Now they bring in illegal immigrants, and there's no punishment. Here's that thing again. What the hell? Fox News' post. Well, I wish I could read that line above the line, but it says subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouth of lions. 34 quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong, waxed valiant in fight, turned to flight the armies of the aliens. 35 women received their dead, raised to life again, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. 36 and others had trial of cruel mockings and scourgings, yea, moreover of bonds and imprisonment. 37 they were stoned, they were sawn asunder, were tempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, and tormented. 38 of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts and in mountains and in dens and caves of the earth. This is Fox News' post. What? But remember, I keep telling you, This Fox News is connected with the story that Elvis is Trump, too. And all sorts of bullshit. And I'm telling you, I think it's a fake Fox YouTube channel. The logo didn't right. It didn't feel right. The articles don't seem right. And so, of course, now you take somebody that's been called out to be full of shit and whatever you want to call them, button up vatos, because I don't use all those political slang words that people group people by. But if you're showing things that are below that caliber, you got to know it's a shill page too. And I guess these numbers are Bible verses. Obviously, Suze. Alright. California's letting a murdering illegal off. California, maybe they'll pass a new law to pay parents money not to torture their children. Boy, this is an angry feed. Governor Moonbeam will probably put them in charge of a children's agency, extradite to Texas, and we'll take care of it. Only charged with one lewd act, can't be accurate, those poor kids. Did we mention that the majority of people are waking up to the fact that this has been going on since the dawn of time and pimpin' been pimpin', and they still act so surprised? Drive me nuts. Hi, Steve Blom. You're awesome. Oh, right. I get it. You were making sure I saw it, Steve. You know I love you. I said, wow, that's long comment section and demanding justice come to the judicial system and all their jazz. Think that they really want to know about the Zadok, the Zadokim, the Zadokai, the Zanash control factor and how it bred amongst all families, some quietly, others quite in your face ways? Right. When they tell you this is the parasite. Yeah, meet those fucks. Oh, this guy wants public hangings or lead in their heads. It's a gal. No. Colleen Knuckles Cassow? How could you say that and be a woman? You're militant, aren't you? She's telling everybody to focus, the voice of reason. Christopher hopes they'll get adopted by a good family and the trauma would just be like dust in the wind. Why are we using the word accused? Hey, why do we have to use the word alleged when we know it's happened? You see somebody gun down a whole group of people, standing right there looking with your own eyes, and they can say it's alleged. Kind of like the Darren Wilson, Mike Brown, you know. Yeah, just get everybody pissed off. These people really did need... See, it's when two weirdos reproduce, and then people go, oh, hang him at sunup tomorrow. No, it's just if you're fucking retarded, don't reproduce. Don't be so selfish to reproduce. The most crucial years of our life are between the ages of 0 and 4, Jackie says. And this is how when we learn how to behave socially? No, Jackie, no. Those are the years where the parents can do whatever they want and the child has no ability to talk back. The cycle of 7, now from birth to 7, if they can fragment a child in those years, they have a better chance of creating what are called alters, which would be alternative personalities. Wait a second. He's been doing the song 30 years over there. All right. I'm going to give you some visuals of these guys, too, tonight. That'll be fun. We'll see how long I can go. And then, see, I can always go back and make multiple live streams out of it. So this is like my spiritual investigation work. And like I tell you guys, when I read it out loud, it's so much more potent than when I'm reading it. And there's something about this interaction that really helps me. Okay, so they're calling it a liberal governor and a liberal state. And of course, see, but since it's California, they will claim they were victimized by their parents and therefore aren't responsible. Well, but see, that's the thing. If that was a program and a mind control vector, and they were doing medical experiments and every other thing, Mr. Gary, you see, maybe their parents did do naughty things to them, or they took them to the church where the priest did. Sanctuary crime state. Hey, they want to make St. Louis a sanctuary city. I think that sanctuary stuff is really about getting people in those little segmented groups where they can take them away and you don't hear from them ever again, just like all those missing kids. Does it remind you of the Nazi Germany stories? I used to have nightmares about that when I was a kid, for real. This one's really creepy. Tammy says, so they face life in prison, but an illegal alien can cold-blooded murder a beautiful young girl on a walk with her dad, walking hand in hand on a boardwalk and walk free. Adrian says the liberal shithole state of California. Then why are you douchebags living there? Don't they know that place got... Oh, forget it. Yeah, I could go on and on with this. It's just rotten. Let's move. Don't get hypnotized by the music. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Instead of go, go, go. All right. Now, see, I'm not into this Republican-Democrat thing. I think it's a crock of shit. I think anybody that holds a public office should have to write their own speech and stand on their own integrity and morals and beliefs. And see, once you group it into a name of something, well, then you're assuming all the people feel the same way about that subject. So, this is what Lisa feels that the Democrats have accomplished in 12 months. Offers no solution to anything. Have thrown a 12-month-long temper tantrum. Forced the nomination process for justices to change. Lost 5 special elections. Proven they hate democracy. Engaged in unprecedented obstruction of a new president. Proven they have nothing but contempt for the First Amendment. Repeatedly insulted over half of the country. Exposed the fact that they have no concept of what a constitutional actually means. Exposed their contempt for the laws passed by Congress. Alienated middle-of-the-road voters. Alienated legal immigrants. Dag, Lisa's a genius, man. She ought to run for office. And this is what I say, because you know I'll always leave my comment. Suze Pratt says, Bowl Cut and his bride are the type who renewed their wedding vows via an Elvis impersonator, preacher dude, who trademarked his business name way back then. Anyhow, that was 2010, and now Elvis Presley Enterprises says he cannot use the name anymore, and there is friction in the air. Of course, when mainstream first leaked it, they surely must have had nefarious intent to try and connect that spellcasting onto the man's image one more time before the folks like this turn to dust. This is where homeschooling is more like prison for the control of course. Poor kids, tar and feathers, for what they call parentals. That's the right word. Alright, right there. We're still alive. Okay. Or the use of the word alleged. Who even said they're really their parents? You ever heard of those people that just like have a bunch of kids around? Show me the birth certificates. Give me some fucking proof. Anybody got any facts, figures, or statistics? My buddy Steven says life in prison. Jails will need to be built to hold all that follow. Isn't that the truth, my friend? Must be a better way. Oh, I never heard Elvis say hound dog, a hound dog. Mm-mm. And then laugh? That's because that's sad. There's that stupid comment again. Hey, how did I get caught? I want out of all this. I read what was important. Let's just... Oh. Man, did I ever mention how much this drives me nuts? Like I said, any grown-ass people that make their face out of proportion and put animal cutie patooties on it, especially when they put their kids on it too, there's two people that are being used somehow. There's some I won't say anything about. Okay. This gal shows herself as a woman with a full head of hair and way younger. And here she is saying another awful selfie at the hair salon, LOL. You look like a sick person. No, there's that guy that saved Elvis's reputation. Now here's that gal holding her kid on the couch. And obviously she had more hair. It got broke off in a straight iron or over bleached, as we can see. This says, Elvis in concert. Lisa Marie doesn't even want it released and they respect her wishes. Ernst had no wish to release the concerts on audio because the bad shape Elvis was in. So that seems to rule out the FTD release. The Aloha and Madison Square Garden LPs will eventually be released in FTD's classic album series. I grabbed this up because everybody needs to know this frozen shampoo and conditioning product actually gave this Abby Lee a chemical burn. Now, she doesn't spell it right. And like I've told you guys, Johnson & Johnson, like baby shampoo, they use nerve desensitizers, which is why the kids' eyes don't tear up and the babies don't hurt for getting shampoo in their eyes. They're numb. But this is the Frozen line from Disney, you see. And these people love their games. There's another one of those nasty, pornographic, crap-ass things that they send to people. And then they'll send them to me and say that like 8 million people have seen it. And it's like, you must think I was born under a turnip truck yesterday. I don't know what is wrong. Yeah, look at this poor little baby looking all doped up with an old grandpa. And this old hag. And she's supposed to be giving you the kissy face and is all cute. See, that's her Christmas picture. There's her freak show picture. And I think she means I sell children or eat them. There's some hearts. She giving you the kissy face again. Now, over and over and over the same picture. Why? Well, I've seen that in the videos, and they do that when they copy them. So let's say that this is a nefarious person. I don't mean chubby here. I mean a nefarious person that stole her picture like a bunch of times and made it look like it's her. I don't know. But I'll tell you what. This one disturbed me beyond belief. This one's got the big sunglasses on, the crown on the top, and this long snake-like tongue sticking way out like I'll do something to you. Woman's sick. Look at all these spooky pictures. And you know what? In a bunch of these weirdos groupings of pictures, they always have that fucked up wolf vampire guy with the fangs. I've seen that so many times on people from all around the globe. Like that's one of those pictures they share in their little group to let themselves know that they are welcome there because that wolf is at the door. And that baby is saying, "Get me out of here." Getting all dressed up for Halloween. And look at all the pictures of that kid with that tongue sticking out with the glasses I was talking about. See? 4 times. Uploaded 4 times. The regular picture of her, all nice, was uploaded 3 times. And we got these creepies, 3 times. And then a couple times here. You see how it works? It's like, it's not like you put on your thing. You don't have it multiple times over and over unless you're making something, right? And I don't even like it when they block out the kids' eyes with lollipops. Like, like I can't see, or nobody can see me. Nobody knows who I am. You can't see my eyes. Quite a long while. Lord have mercy. And he's bringing music for the next generation, this millennium. And it's going to the blow the lid off of all the lies that have happened in the history of our collective group here on the planet. Or I'm a pimp. Oh, and your granddaughter's inspired that new children's book you're scooping all the cash on. Bullshit. Youthful. Oh, Lord have mercy. And all the plastic. And by the way, I've found the page. This was the UK's most famous Priscilla impersonator. So, Adam and the impersonator of Priscilla. Oh, these two love you forever. Danny and is the admin on that page, Miss Pam. And there's that Gail McHugh. Right, remember I told you she was a shill? They all run together. They all got the same fleas. I love this. Elvis returns drama free. What kind of stupid are you? Okay. Now, he's going to tell you only 15 copies were pressed, blah, blah, blah. You can buy something over here. You can click over there. And they act like they're not selling stuff. Well, then the FBI started checking out all these pages. And they changed their format a little bit. But yours truly knows that every time she takes a picture or says something, that somebody's listening. Not only is somebody listening, there's people that are experts at knowing if somebody's lying or not. And they know I'm not. And they know I was innocent in this. And we're trying to work here. Now this guy's Elvis. See? And they go on and on. So in this picture, they're going to do it saying it's the eyes. And it's like, are you kidding? There's no way. Uh, here's a standard certificate of death. Did I mention I've got over 1,500 images that SKMI put on my computer? And we've got this, all these different kinds of disclosure that the U.S. National Archives put out, and they had to get that out once all this happened. Because I got the timestamps, man. Come on. Lisa Marie Presley sues former manager for $100 million after announcing massive debt. How can she do that? And she's the heir to Graceland, and Priscilla's worth a bunch of money and made Graceland a bunch of money, and you're telling me these two cackling hags can't figure shit out? And you guys want to know why men don't trust women? What's going on over there, Boom Chicky Boom? We're on I Love Lucy. Hang on. We,
Okay. Let's not get in trouble for playing I Love Lucy. Wonder where we're at.
I'm embarrassed, man, of how the American people have treated this whole Elvis story and how fucking stupid they are. Where the international community was pretty much kinder, more compassionate, considerate, and actually knew about the story. States, he never got to go out of the country. Now you're back that there has to be two of them. Dadgum. Just goes on and on. Let's see what's going on here. I need a little break from all my talk. And just in a nick of time, I think we're going to go harass Funny. Because I want to quit talking for a minute. And I want to hear what his stupid mouth is saying. And I want to drink some of my drinks. And I want to smoke some of my smokes. And I want to make fun at Sunny. So we're off picture time for a minute. But I will be back. And you know I can live stream for up to 4 hours. And I'm in a good mood.
All right.
Live stream.
So, that ends this live stream. And from there, I'll go back forward to you guys because remember, this video was banned in 248 countries because of 1 minute and 9 seconds of a song that may be owned by SME, Sony Music Entertainment. Now, what I did do was I disputed that claim on Facebook and I explained the honest reason. So we'll see how that goes. And the saga moves on, but boy, things are hitting the fan fast, and here we are, almost at midnight, the night before the big partial eclipse. So boogie boogie. And once again, try the best you can to get over the idea that you got taken on whatever idea it is. It's okay. We all were. We're in the same boat, but damn it, don't drown each other. Let's just get this life preserver and bridge and every other thing we need. And it'll be cool. So, peace, love, and light from the Big Yellow House on the third cosmic ray from Ferguson. See you soon. What do you mean unable to stop streaming at this moment? Well, then how do we get back to our stream, YouTube? Let's see if I just jump back on here. No. I don't think so. Or is it the same live stream? Nope, we're just spinning. So that is not it. It's just live streaming. Very interesting.